last we left our vampire coterie, they had finally boarded the ship, finally negotiated the purchasing of the vessel, of its cargo, the hiring of its crew, the filling of its bunks, and the course it would chart. After saying farewell to what contacts they wished to, and spending the night hunting, also accidentally mugging the head inquisitor of London, and appeasing some ghosts, our vampires boarded the ship the night before it would depart, and have been spending the last day in sleep in private quarters aboard the ship. They awaken, a new night falling, some miles away from the city of London, on the Atlantic Ocean, sailing south and west, down the Horn of Africa to the Canary Islands, to make the transatlantic jump. The journey promises to take about 3 months, but depending on the dominant wind patterns and the waves and all manner of nautical nonsense that I will not be getting into, and instead using handy charts and dice, may be a little longer, maybe a little shorter. And surrounding them are hundreds of lives. A veritable island, an artificial one, aboard a sea of blackness. Everyone aboard this ship, their only lifeline, their only chance to feed. The only things keeping them alive and on course. As the ship slowly and gently rocks back and forth, bobs up and down, wheels and crashes amongst the waves of the sea, we enter the world of darkness once more to our coterie, our vampires. Now, I have a couple of questions before we get going. You have, to your disposal, a corridor with... let me double check the width of this section of ship. About 25 feet long. Each split up into, on two sides, set up with 5 individual, 5x5 bedrooms each. With like a 8.5, 10-foot wide, walkway between the two of them, and a set of stairs going up and down a level with a whatchamacallit, a doorway separating it from another set of, well, bunks that have been set up for further passengers. Amongst your group, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 individuals. Has anyone doubled up, or have your companion, ghouls, everyone been given individual rooms? What's the situation?
Sorry, there's 7 people and how many rooms?
7 people. Considering the positioning of the stairs on this level, I'm going to say... there'll be 8 rooms. You could
Okay, so
easily
we
give
could each
everyone an
have
individual
one.
room and have a spare room.
Would there be any other need for the rooms?
For hiding bodies, maybe?
That would be a good point. Just leaving one open, leaving one there. That's for nefarious acts or sustenance acts.
Sure.
Sounds fine, yeah.
So everyone's just gonna grab their own personal bedroom. Makes sense. You have the space. Right then. So, I turn it over to you all. You are aboard the ship taking the Atlantic. You have 3 months to kill. It is your first night awake on the boat. Have you? What do you do?
Oh,
Uh,
go ahead.
oh, I would like to check on the group first. See if everybody's all here and intact. Now that we're awake and inside the ship.
You said the crew. Do you mean the ghosts or the people who are alive?
Oh no, just
the
the
group.
coterie.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Kem, you wake up first. Like you beat the sun. You beat the sunset by like a half hour even. Not that it matters below deck here. Hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna readjust the volume on my end. So you are easily able to wake up, enter the hallway, knock on doors, poke your head in, that sort of thing. How to put this? Claudio and Brain. The name is even on the screen and I'm looking at it. Francois are both still awake at this point. If you knock on their doors, they will answer them. If you poke your head into the other rooms, you'll see your fellow coterie asleep, effectively. Their personal belongings packed away in their rooms with them.
Okay. Now that I said everybody's here and safe, I'm gonna look around the ship. Make sure I avoid like any possible way that we'll have the light since the sun is not completely set yet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just gonna look around, get used to the ins and out.
Any which way you particularly want to wander, or?
Probably I'll head to the left side. Yeah, head to the left side, to the back.
Well, 1 second. I had autoplay on and it moved to a much more intense song. So, just wandering about, you leave the private quarters and you head into this set of room, this long single room, about the same size as your quarters, even. It is packed, double hammocks across the whole space, lanterns hanging from rafters. It has been gracefully split into 2 separate, long cabin-like things, though the doors into each of these rooms doorways do not have doors on them. So you cannot help but see inside. Packed into both sides in these individual bunks are... Let's see here. There's... quick math. 40. There's two sets of effectively bunk houses, each one containing 20 hammocks. So 10 rows of double spaced hammocks in each of these places, and they're filled with people. Dozens of people. If you took the time to do a head count, there would be 40 people in here in total. Some look religious, by nature, wearing clothes that mark them as members of clergy, or at least faithful individuals. Some look like regular, everyday, ordinary people. Hey, so Future Hectic here, and, yeah, the stream crash here. Sorry, this session was kinda cursed. Yeah. So, Evelyn, Benedict, the both of you awaken about the same time that Kemrutai beats a hasty retreat into the set of private cabins. What do you do?
I do my wake up roll, and then I actually just thought the extra room that's not being occupied by the 7 of us, that would be probably less uncomfortable than the general quarters for my herd, right? I don't know if 10 people crammed into one room would be preferable, but
it'd be a lot worse. Currently, your herd is taking up half of one of the bunk rooms, which is way more space than a 5x5 cabin.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I will... Well, Yui just came back into the hallway.
It's closer to like 5x10, but still.
Yeah, Kim just
Kim
nope,
Rutai
nope.
came back into the hallway. Is she like noticeably hurrying, or?
Yeah, she's probably gonna walk faster than usual. Her face kind of anxious, uneasy, worried.
Okay. Evelyn might poke her head out just to see who's there, not like fully open the door and stepping out, but just like open the door slightly as you pass to see who's there.
Would I notice door slightly open?
Yeah. With your level of paranoia, absolutely.
Evelyn, instead of going to her room, she's gonna go straight to her room.
Evelyn will kind of step back. Is something the matter?
You should see the condition of those people yourself. I don't think they look very friendly.
Why should they be to us? As far as they're concerned, we're the upper crust that stand on their necks. We own this ship.
Yeah, but we just give them passage, so I would think there would be less hostile.
They paid us for passage.
Oh wait, they did?
Yes.
I thought we... Oh, right.
We needed to have food for them, supplies, so we needed funds. We couldn't afford to charitably bring them to the New World without any investment from them.
Yeah,
I can attempt to have my followers minister to them and ingratiate them to us somewhat, but not all of them will be open to the word.
Oh, that reminds me. I saw some religious-looking people among the back room, the crowded one.
Yes, they may have heard of the mission.
Yeah, maybe that will work. Yeah.
I could ask them.
Yes, thank you. You are the best.
But yes, best not to make yourself too well known to them, for obvious reasons, and perhaps reasons not so obvious. I don't know how often you've come into contact with the common man.
Well, very often. Anyhow, I think I will go talk to the ghost of the ship. Do you have anything you want to talk to them? You want to say to them?
Please do not murder anyone.
Okay. Well, you don't have to worry about that too, because the murderous one already left, I think.
Okay. Yes, right.
Yeah.
Were you going to attempt to record the German?
Oh, I will try to find someone who can speak German. Yeah. So they can help me translate.
Not a passenger.
Oh no, the ghost. It has to be the ghost.
As you will.
Alright.
Evelyn looks a bit puzzled, but kind of like nods and lets you go.
And then she left the room. Go back to her room.
I'll go check on Mary.
You check on Mary. Checking in her door, she's sitting in her little room. The sort of... Actually, let me roll something for Mary real fast. And actually, Evelyn, I would like you to roll me something as well. Roll me dexterity.
Anything for you, God. Oh gosh.
Plus...
Not happy to see me.
Not really a skill for this. Yeah, roll me dexterity plus stamina. Gonna be a bit of a weird roll. As I
Okay.
do the same for her.
Okay.
Evelyn, as you take your first
It's
two
a fail,
steps out of
isn't
the room, you find your feet ill-fitting to the walking of the ship. The churning, the sloshing, the rising, the falling, the subtle, constant swaying and bobbing. It's a lot. You find yourself tripping and falling and stumbling, and you will almost hit your head, but then a pair of strong arms catch you. Careful there, ma'am. I'd hate to see my benefactor cracking their head the first moment they've taken a trip aboard the ship. Looking up, you see this gentleman.
And I think I know who it is without having to look.
Yep, the ship's captain. Hold on, I'm stretching around a little too much.
Oh, the captain. Okay. God, I thought you were gonna say the werewolves got on board as passengers.
You did not ask for their money, so they did not get aboard your ship.
Good.
A gentleman with curly black hair, with wavy black hair, full beard and mustache, fine shirt and a cravat, but nothing else to mark his station or rank, has kept you from effectively busting your head against the side of a wall just in the nick of time.
Would I recognize him?
No, actually.
I don't think I've been introduced to any crew.
But from context clues, you could surmise. That he is some member of the ship. He said, my patron aboard my ship, so.
Alright, Evelyn will right herself and say, "Thank you. Might I ask your name?"
Ah, of course. We didn't manage to get acquainted first. I was actually coming down this way to do so. Your, butler, Mr. Claudio, said you were exhausted from a trip into the city. You and your whole group were needing a rest before getting out and about. Something like that.
Yes, just so. I'm Evelyn Beauchesne.
He helps you steady yourself against a wall, right yourself back up onto your feet, and then stops touching you as you are a proper woman,
Actually-
ladies and gentlemen.
Would she introduce herself as Patrizia? I guess he would know her as Evelyn from the business dealings, right?
Depends on what you wrote your name as.
Yeah, we'll go with Sister Patrizia. Patricia.
Well, I'm presuming your sister Patrizia, yes? Oh, no, you already said so as much. I am Captain Merry Skylarch. Quite literally at your service.
It's good to meet you, Captain Skylark. You wish to meet the others?
Well, that was the intention. It's good practice to, well, get about the name of those you're varying.
Quite so. Perhaps I could ask something of you, of your experience, and perhaps even your willingness to captain this ship, which has become of late rather notorious.
Ooh, my bad. The Merry Skylarch was the name of the ship. I read the wrong bit of a note. This man's name is...
Oh, it's captain of the Merry Skylarch, yep.
Yeah. This man's name was David O'Neill.
Captain O'Neill, alright.
My notes were a bit unclear. That's my bad.
Thought Mary was a little bit of an odd male name.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
It was named after around Christmas.
Yeah, when I was putting that down, I was just like, did I do that right? Is this guy like Mary and Pippin Mary or whatever?
You know, but
Glad I double checked that short. Right. So, he just said, yeah, no, I'm basically here to meet my employers. Yes.
mm-hmm.
You wouldn't happen to know if they're awake?
Yes, they should have had their rest by now. Why don't you wait here and I will bring them to you?
He just sort of blinks a moment. If you insist, Mom. Go right ahead. Though I suggest you take it slow and lean against the walls. You're on the open ocean at this point. It takes a while for
I
people
shall,
to get
thank you.
adjusted.
Yes. I am not familiar with sea travel myself. But yes, I will gather my companions, just to make sure that they are prepared to meet with you. I wouldn't wish to cart you around and then have you wait. You can wait here with Mary.
Mary. You hadn't actually gotten the chance to open the door and check on her yet.
Oh, okay. You can wait here in this empty room. I'll jump to the empty room.
He was said, it's fine, sister. I came here to say hello. If you and your compatriots are all still getting their wit sorted, I'll be retiring to my quarters. I was also here to offer you a seat at my table for the evening. After all, you are the benefactors. That will be an open extension each evening and each day. I don't have a private chef. We did not have that in our budget, though our budget did have enough to make so our chef, Mr. Benoit, would be providing about what I'd be eating for the entire crew anyway. So it shouldn't make much of a difference.
That's generous of you, yes. I shall discuss with my companions
Well, please
Myself
do, even
and
if you
my
wish to-
followers may not dine necessarily, but I'll send word.
Well, please do, and even if you don't intend on coming to dine with me, as you are the benefactors of this journey and the owners of this ship, my door is open to you at any point in time, and to all of your compatriots whose financial situation I was not fully... Well, I'm going over the chart, the charter myself right now. It's a shared venture?
Yes. We have pulled funds to allow us to, well, for my part, bring the word of God to the New World. And yes, we are all working together.
Very well then. I'm sure you all have all manner of interesting reasons for going this far out. Again, my door is open. He smiles. Gives you a polite
Thank you.
nod. Easy. And yeah, he's going once he's sure you're not gonna slip and bust your head open. He
I'll
turns
put my
and
hand
starts-
firmly on the wall to reassure him.
Yep. He turns and begins heading up the stairs.
Well, at least he didn't freak out that I have icy skin anyway.
Well, he
I'll
didn't
go
grab
check
you
on
anywhere
Mary.
exposed. So,
Mm-hmm. Handy long sleeves. Yuri.
Yep. So you wish
Not
to
be
check
grabbing
Mary
a nun.
first?
Mm-hmm.
You open the door or knock, whichever. If you knock, she opens the door herself.
Yeah, I'll
Oh.
knock.
She opens the door quickly and enthusiastically. There's a rap and then it swings open and she's standing there, like a puppy who's heard their owner open the door. Oh, Miss Evelyn. Hello. You're looking. Oh, it's the rockin', isn't it?
Yes, good evening, Mary. I am still adjusting to the movement of the ship. How are you faring?
It's doing me a number 2. Took me a while. I woke up. I don't know how long ago. Hard to tell with nothing. But spent most of it just sitting under the bed, trying to get my guts underneath me again. I think this is my first time on a boat.
Well, certainly going to be plenty of time to get used to it.
Well, I hope so.
Yes, it will be a long voyage. I don't know if you heard the conversation that I just had, but the captain came to see us.
Is that good?
So, it's neutral. We are funding this expedition, so we are his employers effectively.
So he's part of your dominion.
Mm-hmm. But I need to tell the others. Would you like to come with me, or will you stay here?
Oh, well, I'll come with you. She smiles, beaming, her fangs extended. Oh,
Evelyn will give her a small smile.
She notices, and they retract back up into her head.
Evelyn will
Look
give her
at
a
these
nod
stats.
of approval. You wanted to. Gamera wanted to kill Mary. Now you're acting like you want to save
No,
her.
protect her. She
Yeah, when we
would be
first
your
met, you were like, I would have
sunshine.
just killed her. So we'll go next down the line. Whoever's is it like in order, or is it just random?
You can just. It's basically random. Knock on whoever's door you wish.
I'll just take it as some kind of order. I'll go to Benedict's next, since he's next to my portrait.
Sure. Benedict, you hear rapping on your door. You've been awake a few minutes now.
Just sitting in his room, thinking about his love. How far he'll be from her. Did I overhear the conversation at the outside with the captain?
Roll me wits and alertness. Yeah, it was a little muffled, but yeah, more or less. You heard something. You heard about half of it through the creaking and rocking of the ship. Something about a captain, something about private quarters, something about food, and sea legs or something. This isn't your first journey on the ocean either, so fortunately or not, you are used to the rocking and the churning of the sea, and you do have some idea of what's going to be coming next in the next few days.
Okay, Benedict will... Am I able to just open the door before she could knock on it?
I'll allow it.
Okay, so before Evelyn could knock on the door, he opens it already, and do I see her in front of it?
Yeah, you basically caught her right when she's raising her hand to wrap her knuckles on the door.
Oh, good evening. Did you want something?
Out of character 1 sec.
Mm.
I'm gonna be mean to my character. Do I trip again?
No, you
I think
do not.
that's a success. Ooh, I didn't trip. Evelyn will kind of draw her hand back and clasp her hands in front of her and say, "Good evening, Benedict." Kind of frown at you as though, like, disapproving that you opened the door before she could knock.
Damn.
Benedict, you see Mary and Evelyn. Mary is at once practically hanging off of Evelyn, but also, like, helping keep her steady as the ship rocks.
Oh, good evening, Mary.
Good evening, Mr. Benedict.
All right. What was it that you just said?
I was just asking how you were doing this evening. And if you wanted anything.
Well, seeing how you were poised at your doorstep, I suppose you may have heard the captain came to visit.
I've heard a little. Something about
Captain...
a dinner?
Yes, Captain O'Neill has invited us to dine at his table. While it would be hospitable, it will also be odd, perhaps. Considering.
It would be rude of us to throw up in front of him.
She's gonna glance down the hallway. This is a common area, by the way.
Oh, it would be rude of us to throw up in front of him.
I did hear you the first time, Benedict.
Okay.
Mary actually leans in. She means the mortals can hear us. I'm helping.
Thanks, Mary. How is everyone
Well.
else? Are they awake yet?
I am about to find out. You can come with if you'd like.
Sure. I'll be right behind you.
Okay, knock on Kim's door.
Gemrutai, you heard that full conversation, including when Benedict whispered and when Mary whispered.
Kim will open the door, pretending that she totally didn't hear anything. Hello, Melly. Hello, Benedict. So, what happened? I was about to get comfortable before I talk to the ghost again.
The captain came to see us. Invited us to his table to dine.
But how is that going to work?
I could make arrangements for myself, but it would be challenging, yes.
How does that work?
We can discuss, but
she
not
opens her mouth
in
and
the
points at her
hallway.
teeth. Right, the hallway.
If you wish to continue as you were, Kimbertai, that's fine. I'll give your regards to the captain.
It's okay. It's okay. I want to get to know the captain too. So,
All right.
it might be safer for us. I can come back and talk to the ghost later.
Very well. Let's inform Christoph.
She sighed.
Or you can wait here, and I'll inform him.
It's okay. I can do it. I have to be normal. And then she walk over and just knock on the door. Pa 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 pa.
Christoph, roll me your humanity rating.
Oh no.
Sure thing.
What have you been doing?
Okay, Christoph, you've finished enough of your sleep that you can rise without being particularly groggy. As you and you're alert enough at this stage of your slumber that you hear the knocking.
Pa 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 pa.
Could you also roll me dexterity plus constitution?
Sure thing. You mean plus stamina, right?
That's the one, yes.
Many tabs.
Yeah, same.
Sorry, I just had to do a double take. I just.
Ooh, those two
Oh,
ones.
damn.
1, 2, 3, 4. Goes back down to 2. So, Christoph, you sit up from your slumber, awakened by the knocking on the door. You feel fine. Then your feet hit the board, and you stand up, and you wobble for a moment, and you feel all of the blood in your gut lurch, your body lurch all at once, and you swoon for a second. You catch yourself, and you stand, and you ready yourself, and you can feel this rocking and waving and bobbing, and it takes you from standing up and walking to the door to sort of steady yourself. And you feel like you're going to need to like keep a hand on the wall at all times, but you're not going to trip or stumble, or worse yet, vomit anytime soon. As you open, and yeah, you can open the door if you like.
Yep, just open the door without after making my way there. Ken's just right there, I imagine.
Mm-hmm. It's easy to see in the hallway, basically everyone else as well.
Yeah, Evelyn's standing behind her.
Captain call. He want to meet us. I'll go check on your squire. And then she just walk away.
By the way, quick description of these rooms you're in. They're about 8 feet deep, about 5 feet wide. Half the room, in terms of width, is more or less just taken up by your bed, with a little bit of room at the foot of the bed for a chest tucked under it with some personal effects, and maybe a chair. And that's literally it. The beds are fine, not particularly luxurious, but yeah. That's kind of the slight weakness for Evelyn.
Comfy enough.
But yeah, just the thing. The two characters who in their backstories crossed the entire Pacific Ocean, fine. The two characters who have probably never been on a sailing ship before,
Understandable.
The
You know what, I had
large
to
body
go on a
of water
boat
across
to get
was
to England.
The Channel, compared
Yeah.
to the Atlantic.
Yeah,
Which
a little bit of a
is-
difference there.
Yeah, plus the Atlantic is much rougher. Yeah, be prepared to make those rolls for a little while.
Oh boy.
Noting
Till
down the
you
number,
see
thank you.
legs.
I'm gonna knock normally on Francois' door.
He opens the door. Oui.
Meeting. Captain summon.
Alright. I've already spoken to the Capitan. Claudio, he made up some story about you all having come back from some trip from Yorkshire and did your west. He's a pretty nice fellow, actually. Well traveled.
Oh, you might want to tell the other people this too, so we can, be in the same track.
Bienvenue, everybody. I'm pretty sure you heard that I wasn't trying to be quiet. He just
Everyone will
says
nod
while
to him.
leaning his head out of his doorway into this hallway. With what I'm assuming is everyone inside of it right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
Evelyn's gonna go speak to Claudia.
Perhaps we should figure out a place to have conversations that are slightly more secure than muttering in a hallway.
Yes, we shall meet in the empty room. I'll gather Claudia.
7 people in a... Okay.
Need not be a long conversation.
At this point, Claudio has opened his door and is standing in the doorway. Bit of a ruckus.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes,
Miss
we need to have a
Kendall.
conversation. Good evening, Claudia.
Sister.
If you would all follow me to the empty room.
Lead the way.
Out of
Are
character,
we
is there
all fit?
anywhere better to meet that would be private? Like, I'm not seeing anywhere.
Well, depends. You could go to any of the storage rooms. Steerage. The brig would probably be empty right now because it's effectively a few prison cells, and assumedly no one's broken any rules on the ship yet. The powder room, constable's office, anywhere top deck, perhaps. Your call, really. The spare room could be useful for this. It would just be very cramped.
Yeah, just standing room. Do for now.
So you all pack in. About 2 or 3 of you can be lucky enough to sit on the bed, because there is a bed in here, and with it taking up the room, that space, you really have no other option, unless you wanted to stand on it. But yes, you have packed.
Everyone will not sit on the bed.
You have packed everyone into fairly tight quarters.
Mm-hmm.
For your little.
Everyone
meeting.
will stand with the back to the door.
I assume you close it behind you.
Yes.
Yes.
A little bit tight in here, isn't it?
We have limited options. Let's keep this brief. Captain David O'Neill has invited us to dine with him this evening to get to know us. Who among us may convincingly dine with him?
DM out of character. Can I eat with Blush of Life or still no?
Blush of Health would be useful for keeping the food down. You can, any of you can try to stomach food, but it'd taste bad. It'd eventually taste like ash in your mouth. And you'd have to choke it down and keep it down.
I do have a ritual that can help me, but I can't really help anyone else.
I can force it down. The barfing will be horrible afterward.
I'll have no problem. That's more of the usual.
Benedict Kemutai, unfortunately, you do know that the vomiting, it's just gonna be a thing on this ship. Soon as dinner's going to be served, the decks are gonna be covered in puke where the passengers are. And if any of the crew members on this ship are green, the crew quarters will be covered in vomit as well.
I guess I can just say I lost my appetite and get away with it.
Yeah. As long as we could hold it down for long enough that we don't throw up in front of them.
We are new to the ship. We could feign seasickness.
Exactly.
At least some of us. Well, Claudio kind of glanced at Christoph. I don't know if you want Francois there.
According to the deal you signed with Mr.
Thornton?
Yes. The 4 of you are the owners of this ship. I don't think our good captain invited myself or Francois up to dine with him tonight. Though we are
It
more
would seem
interested in
something
the
of
rest
an
of the
imposition. Yeah. Well. Suppose we'll make an attempt. Is everyone well enough? No issues have arisen yet? I'll take that silence as a response.
Oh. none for me.
No,
This
it's
may
just
be
all.
interest of you, Evelyn. There was an older gentleman amongst the passengers. He was talking about getting an evening service going. There was an old damn priest. Did not catch his name.
Yes.
But I intend on attending.
Thank you. Well, if no one has anything else to say, then she moves to open the door.
Mm-hmm.
You do? There's no one in the hallway at the moment.
Okay. She'll leave the room, get out of the way for people to leave.
Yes, she follow Evelyn out.
She's gonna go back to her room and get prepared. She,
Do we have to do this nightly?
I assume it's at least the once. I assume he will likely have a standing invitation for us that we can politely decline. But to make an appearance at least the once would allow us to know him a little and to perhaps reassure him.
Oh, so dress up really nice. Huh.
Evelyn, about the food, Mary gets in very close before you can close the door behind you. How are we supposed to, because we drink blood and not pee? I haven't eaten since I was dead.
No, you shouldn't eat. It will likely make you very sick.
So how are we gonna do the thing and the thing with the thing?
Well, your presence is not expected, so you need not concern yourself. I have my ways. But I could use your help for the moment.
I can help. She's beaming.
Yes. I lift up a hand mirror and show that, I'll angle it so my face should be there, partially obscuring her face.
Oh. But why do I and you don't?
Well, it depends on our heritage. Who turned us to vampires. But I could borrow your eyes for getting prepared.
The door is still open, right?
No, I would have closed the door behind me.
Ah.
Oh, you would have invited. Okay, so you invited Mary in and then made that demonstration. Then. Okay. Will I get? How long will you need my eyes? And can I get? It's borrow, right?
Just
No.
while I get ready. I just need you to make sure that I'm not looking ghastly.
So we can put our eyes back in and take them out then. And I've heard about vampires doing
Dear
that.
Mary, it is not literal. I just need you to make sure that I don't look a mess. Because I can't see myself.
You look lovely, Mum. I'll tell you that.
You.
I'm gonna continue your hair. I think I remember doing people's hair.
Do you know your way around curls?
I'm not sure if I know my way around curls. I remember thinking someone was a bitch for having them.
Oh.
That's the end of that thought. I've been getting a few memories here and there. Nothing solid. Like who I was or what I was. I think it was just some girl. But I don't know.
You dislike people's curls?
No, I think that that whoever had them was a bitch. Didn't deserve them. Didn't have them before, maybe? Maybe that was it. She genuinely looks like she's off in her own little world trying to remember this now.
I see. At any rate, everyone's gonna start getting ready.
Did you want her help trying to do your hair?
No, she's gonna do her own hair and then just ask her, like, you know, is anything sticking up? How does it look?
You're trying to be presentable for a formal situation. Roll me appearance plus etiquette. Those are literally the stats for that, yeah.
Finally get to use my etiquette. That has not been useful until now.
Haven't been in the most formal situations? That's 4 successes. You do your hair flawlessly. You rearrange your dress to be that of a nun flawlessly. It's ironic because you do your hair well and then you effectively put on a habit. It's effectively just a wrap to cover your hair to make sure, you know, God's above you and shit.
Helps with the confidence.
Yeah, no, you look the part, you are the part. You barely needed Mary there in the first place, but it helps to have a pair of eyes when you can't look in a mirror.
All right. So once I'm ready, I'll just let Mary know. Thank you for your assistance.
Oh, anytime.
What do you plan to do? What do you plan to do while I'm visiting the captain?
Well, I don't know. Probably just wander around for a bit, see the layout of the ship. Maybe go pet the horses.
How are you feeling? You hungry?
I mean, I could drink something, but I'm not pressingly.
All right, just keep in mind that if there is any blood, that it may become more difficult to control yourself, so be mindful. The more hungry you are, the more difficult it will be.
Are we like doing a system of like when we're doing it, or?
Well, there is a risk of killing the animal if we're feeding from an animal, and obviously
I hadn't thought about
making ill or killing the person if we're feeding from a person. So for now, I'll not allow you to get ravenous, but if you're comfortable enough with your level of hunger, then I would ask you to wait until I arrange it.
Okay. Whatever you say. She just smiles.
Very good. All right. I will go to Kim's room, I guess, because she was planning on coming. Did anyone else say they were planning on? You, Benedict and Christoph were going to try as well, right?
Yeah, that's. Crystal would definitely come along the whole time.
She'll go
Yes.
and check on Kim then, because she assumes that she'll be tidying up.
Yes. I kept
Knock,
just
knock,
like
knock.
pick out her dressed up and everything. Who is that?
Sister Patrizia.
Oh, come in, come in.
Okay, she'll step inside.
Yeah. She's gonna turn around. What do you think? Is this appropriate? I think it's appropriate.
Is it appropriate? Out of character.
Out of character, Yui, you want to dress yourself up nicely to be presentable for
Yes.
this? Okay. So go ahead and roll me appearance plus etiquette.
Oh damn.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That, similarly to
Wow.
Evelyn, you dress yourself immaculately in a set of fine clothes, and you're just as ready for a meal at the captain's quarters as you would be in a governor's palace or an ambassador's ball.
Yes, I would say so. She gives you a smile.
Hey, you look very beautiful too.
Thank you. Suppose we should gather the men. Kind of hesitates and gives you a look. Will you be able to deal with your feelings around Kristoff for this meal?
Yes, yes.
We'll try to arrange it so that you're not next to one another.
Oh, I will be fine. Don't worry. I will be fine.
Very well. I'll get Kristoff, you get Benedict.
Okay. Okay. Benedict and I, we've been talking a lot more now. I think
Yes?
you should go easy on him a little more. Yes.
Perhaps I was a little short with him. Lives were literally hanging in the balance, but yes, I will show more restraint.
Thank you. He's one of us after all. Yeah.
Yes, I suppose so. Was that it? Otherwise, I'll go and speak with Kristoff. Collect him.
Yes. She's gonna go get Benedict.
Okay.
Hilo. Kimutai, you arrive at Benedict's door and open it up, or knock on it, whatever. Benedict, have you been doing anything
Knock
to make
on it.
yourself particularly presentable? Baka?
Oh, sorry?
Have you been doing anything to make yourself particularly presentable?
You up in the riz or not?
Do I have anything on me? Like, does Benedict have anything on him?
You need any
Good
help,
clothes?
Benedict?
Not. I don't think you had anything on your character sheet about that, so not particularly. Well, do you comb your hair better, or like try to straighten out your shirts?
Yeah, I guess I'll just straighten up my clothes and fix up my hair.
Give me an appearance.
Is Kamrutai? Okay. Is Kamrutai offering to help?
Yeah. She's gonna offer to help.
Okay, you can have
Appearance
Kim's
plus etiquette,
title
right?
this,
Stuff.
or you can have you roll it
Okay.
yourself.
Yeah, he'll ask for Kemrutai for some help. She seems
Okay,
fancy.
so instead of appearance plus etiquette, you're going to roll me. Let's call this charisma plus etiquette.
Charisma plus etiquette. Okay.
That's
Uh-huh.
3, 4, 5 successes. So you straighten out his shirt, you tell him how to correct his posture, you comb his hair correctly, you grab like a sash or something out of your collection of dresses and other baubles and wrap it around his neck and give him like a little neckerchief out of it. And then you like button like tie up his shirt correctly, and suddenly he is much more presentable.
Thank you, Kemrutai.
Little splash of red and just
Very nice.
some quick
Very
instructions
nice.
on how to carry yourself, you know?
Couldn't have done this myself.
Now let's see the others.
Let's go.
Evelyn's knocking on Chris' door.
Mhm.
He would open up. He's been
Are you prepared?
in the meantime. Krista's been just taking off the armor, basically, still keeping the cape, and well, just drop in all of weapons, basically, except the knife, just hitting on the cape, just to make sure.
Okay. Are you attempting to just generally make yourself more presentable, or are you more focused on keeping that knife hidden?
It's more. Honestly, the second.
Okay,
Just-
roll me dexterity plus stealth.
Would it even be necessary to hide a weapon? I feel like this is our ship. We can be armed if we want.
Kristoff being Kristoff.
Look, my man wants to
Yeah,
hide
more
a
of a
knife. My
force of
man can
habit.
hide a knife.
Sure.
Pocket knife.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 successes. Yeah, you tuck a knife into your little shoulder cape and a little pocket made for that sort of thing. Because you and I know what you are.
Yes, ready to go.
Okay. Evelyn will glance back toward Benedict's door. I guess it would take them a little while to get ready.
And surprisingly, not that long.
Right. Once they come out, she'll lead the way.
Ta-da! What do you think?
What do I think?
He's not that much different, but you're surprised at what like a little splash of color will do and like the right posture. He looks presentable.
An improvement. Well done, Kim.
Hee.
And she'll turn and lead the way to go back to the captain's quarters.
Right, you take the stairs up a floor, and then another, and you find yourselves underneath the night sky. Off in all directions, but actually at this point all but one. You see nothing but the sea, and far, 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 miles away, a little tiny sliver of dark gray. A coast far away enough that you could barely see it. It would take an hour, 2, maybe even 3 to swim out that far. Turning and going inside, you pass a number of workshops and smaller rooms before making your way into the captain's quarters. The room is not that much bigger than your own, but has a set of windows looking out the back of the ship.
Oh.
It is lit primarily by a single lantern hanging from the ceiling and a set of candles spaced around the table, which has been set out with 6 seats. The room itself is, again, not particularly, not huge. I'd say it's actually, this image is actually fairly representative. It's about as wide as it is across, and yes, it is about as wide as it is across. It's about wide as it is across and deep. Actually, I think that would make it about 25 feet by, actually, no, about... Yeah, because it goes go from one side of the ship to the other, about 25 feet by 20 feet. A large portion of it is taken up by the table in the middle. And it tapers off as it goes towards the back, as the ship narrows. You see the captain. Give me 1 second, I'll grab his token. And throw it over there. So just a quick reference on this man's face. Standing and going over a few charts and notes. Actually, he's sitting on his little cot there, little bed. And he sees you, he sets them aside and stands. Welcome. Welcome. Please, make yourselves as comfortable as can be. One second, I'm trying to
Thank you,
remember
Captain.
the exact accent I gave earlier. It had a little bit of that. Bro, got him. Make all say it was, no, that's French. Yeah.
Oh, right. I would have to have done the ritual too.
Yeah.
I'd have to
Would you
roll
like
for
to have
that.
done that?
Yes. That would be... Can't remember what to roll.
It's going to be intelligence plus occult for rituals. What level was the ritual?
1.
Okay, difficulty 5.
And... Cool.
One, 2, 3, 2 successes. Actually, 3 successes. I see that 5 there. Uh-huh. So... more successes don't do anything extra. Okay.
Nope.
Ah.
Just adds 1 die.
One thing. Do you have a vial of human blood?
I didn't say that I pre-prepared one, but I could have. Depends. Will the DM allow?
You did not, and that is specifically called out in the ritual. Have your willpower back?
Okay.
You are on your own for keeping the food down.
All right.
Oh boy.
But yeah, it would have to be fresh anyway, so if I'd gathered it previously, it wouldn't have helped.
More or less. Please, everyone, sit down. What was it? Please,
When I
everyone,
enter the room, can I scan the room?
Sure, go ahead.
See if any familiar aura is here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, that's 6 doesn't count because the difficulty in aura projector is a little higher. We find aspects again really fast. Difficulty 8. 1, 2. Okay, that's 2 successes then. You don't detect any auras that don't belong here. You see everyone else's aura. You see Kristoff's brother's aura. And you see the captain's aura. The captain's aura is of standard vibrancy. It's not particularly pale or bright. And it is mostly... closest color is kind of violet. A little vermilion.
Good evening. You seem to be in a good mood.
Well, it's been a while since I've had the company of interesting folk who have employed me. Especially on a storage ship as this. I hope I do have a better tenure than the previous captain. But, he shrugs.
So you do know about the ship?
It was a little bit of, infamous news in the arbor. Terrible business, that. From what I heard, the rumors say, family members of, his previous crew committed a murder or some such. Some people were saying it was ghosts. I don't believe in such things.
Everyone will make the sign of the cross.
You would consider yourself not superstitious, right,
Oh.
Captain?
I have seen some mad things in my journeys, but ghosts, no, not ghosts.
Interesting. What else have you seen?
Let's save that conversation for the meal. He gestures for you all to sit as there is a member of the crew bringing out a couple of trays with tonight's food on it. Since you've just left port, the meal is fresh as it's ever going to be. Salted beef, wine, cheeses, a bit of fruit, good bread, and like actual cooked vegetables. It's not extravagant, but there is butter and there is salt, and well, it's going to taste a sight better than what you're going to be eating in a couple of weeks.
Alright, but Crystal just sits right down and then to one of the chairs.
Excellent timing. Please, make yourselves comfortable as you can.
Evelyn will take a seat and try to guide Kit. Be not sitting next to Kristoff.
She's that sitting next to Evelyn.
Benedict will
Who's
sit
sitting
next to,
across from me?
Gustav.
Hey, Benedict.
Who's sitting across from me?
Okay, now okay, you have that question. Now I need to drag out everyone's tokens. Because apparently this is important.
Oh.
See who vomits on whom.
Oh my god!
We all face towards the captain.
It is a round table, so
Oh.
I'll shrink him down.
Benedict's there twice.
Oh my god!
No, you had a clone.
That's double the headache for Evelyn.
The little purple table there. So go ahead and pick your seats. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 chairs available.
Oh, man.
Oh no!
This is another one over here, another one over. Yeah, okay. Well, there we go.
The boys on the other side, they have cooties.
Hey, Benedict. Roll me your self-control.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Damn it. Hilarious. Benedict, while this man is handsome, stately, and looks like he could be related to your beloved, he is a man. And last you remembered, your beloved was a woman. And unlike the Houndmaster, you don't think they switched that any time. Not that you remember. So they're probably not your beloved.
Whew. Benedict will just do like a long stare at him before averting his gaze.
He notices the look and says, "Is there something on my face, or have we met before?"
No, sorry. I just wanted to take a good look at our captain.
All right then. I've noticed by a little bit of unsteady steps that it's good for you. That two of you seem to have experience aboard a ship. Is this not your first long voyage?
Oh, no. I mean, we're not native here. We came from our country. Right, Benedict?
That's right. We came from the east.
Yes. From Siam.
Siam? I've been to
Yes.
Siam once.
Oh, really? When was
When I
that?
was a boy, I was a captain boy on an East Indies ship. Actually, a Portuguese ship. Hold on, He begins speaking in broken Malaysian.
Oh, sorry. That I do not know Malaysian.
Strange, that's what our interpreter was speaking in. Ah, well, I suppose he knew another language that I didn't. Beautiful place, though. Hot as the devil's... Well, anything. Some of the best food you
Still
ever had.
very
though.
impressive. I do miss the food there too.
I should have recognized by your name, but you, Mr. Benedict, you're also Malay.
I am not. I am from... all the way from the Philippines, if you've heard of that place.
Philippines. I believe that's a recent Spanish acquisition.
Exactly.
You are a long way from home, sir. As are you, ma'am. He would have called you Siamese then.
Ah.
Sorry.
Wait, sorry, what did he say?
You're a long way from home then. Are you looking
yes.
to?
It's a long story.
Are you looking to sail the whole way back round?
Not likely. I do not enjoy the state there right now.
Hmm. Well, I don't know much about it myself. As I said, I've only been to Asia the once when I was a cabin boy. I mostly ply the West Indies these days. Also,
Oh,
hot as the devil's everything. Also, fairly good food.
In that much, you're right.
He begins eating, cutting up bits of salt beef, mixing with a bit of vegetables, scraping up some gravy off the plate. Also, this time
Can we
period,
get to know the
mostly just
difficulty?
eating with a knife. You have a trencher, big
We
wood.
get to know the
big-
difficulty before we attempt.
So the difficulty is going to depend on your humanity. The more human you are, the more you can put down, and the less disgusting and hard it is. Also, the less self-control you have to exercise to keep it down.
I just spend a willpower.
You can just spend a willpower, yes, to grit your teeth and power through.
That's what I'll do.
Yeah, I want to spend the willpower too to take a bite.
Okay. Would anyone like to take the roll?
I would nom.
I will
Just
not
a little
to.
bit.
I'll DM you something real quick though, just to double check.
Okay. Kemutai, you're taking a nom. Please roll me your self-control.
Oh, sorry, wrong letter.
You really have self-control, shit. Yeah, you take a few bites. As a note to everybody, Christoph, you have no issue. Yeah, no, you have no issue at all. In fact, Christoph, as you eat it, it's okay beef. Like, to our palate, it's salty. It's been broiled. You can taste the beefiness of it, and it pairs well with a smattering of carrot, and actually, mostly at this point in history, beets and radishes, and a rusty, crusty barley bread with a lot of butter. The wine is a dry port. Not much sweetness in it at all, but it helps the beef go down and pairs well with the beef. There isn't much of anything in terms of seasoning on it. A bit of garlic. If everyone has the can't eat garlic trait, by the way, admit it now.
Not I, sir.
Okay, great.
Nope.
None of you are poisoned by having eaten garlic. And yeah, Christoph, it's generally not that bad of a meal by our standards nowadays. It's actually pretty nice. Everyone else, it's like shoveling sand into your mouth. You have the texture of
delicious
chewing
sand.
through like braised beef, but there is no taste to it. It's ash, it's grit, it's stale, lifeless, stricken drivel that clings to your mouth and fills your head with this sad, wanting lach, like licking a million stamps, like chewing on cardboard. It's bloody fucking intolerable, and it's just on and on and on. And the gravy doesn't help. The gravy, it's warm and it's runny and it's terrible. Disastrous. Ugh. After a few chews and bites, you realize you have to swallow. And you manage to overcome your gag reflex and push it down. And God, the sensation of something solid going down your esophagus, it's strange how it's become this foreign and repulsive. You feel like you're being choked for a second, like someone is actively strangling you from the inside, as this bulge of wet, wadded flesh and what felt like dirt in your mouth eventually settles down into your stomach like a rock and sits there like a boulder, weighing you down and making you genuinely uncomfortable. Everyone except for Benedict. Please roll
Christoph.
me... Oh, my bad, Christoph. I'll get that right soon. Roll me a... let's say appearance or manipulation plus subterfuge. Or, etiquette. Okay. Okay.
Oof.
Okay.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
So, Benedict and Evelyn, you both managed to choke this mass of food down into your bellies, and you're not going to throw up anytime soon. And you managed to keep a pleasant expression. It was like, oh boy, the good stuff. Hooray.
Oh boy.
And, like, at the very least, you don't act repulsed. Kamutai? You can't help but grimace and, like, whinge and, like, almost whimper as you have to choke this crap down. And the captain looks over to you and says, actually, let me roll for him first. This man is a relatively experienced person. He thinks he's worldly.
Actually, yeah, how visible was the wincing, if I may ask?
Pretty visible. Pretty visible. The etiquette / lying failed, so you know, sees right through them. Yeah, that's a
Fair
botch,
enough.
actually.
I
So
try to
very
cover
visible.
for her and-
There is no containing it. The captain's just
I
sort
try
of
to
looking at
cover
her
for her.
like, "Oh my God, she's choking!" And he bolts up
And then we'll glance at her.
and runs over to grab Kemutai from behind.
Oh god.
And he begins pounding on your back like a drum. I assume you disgorge the food.
Yes.
No roll necessary. It just heaps up. He thinks he's been a hero. Like, Mom, are you okay? If it wasn't to your taste, you shouldn't have to choke it down. I know I said that the food where you were from was delicious, but I mean, this is high quality ration and food, Mom. You didn't have to grit and bear it and swallow it.
How can I do that? You invite us here. I can't
Has
replay
been-
your kindness with.
It has been some time since you were aboard a ship. Are you feeling seasick?
Yes, a little bit. A little bit.
I see.
He grabs the bottle of wine, pours you a glass, and says, "Here, slow sips."
Thank you. She's gonna pretend she's not gonna actually sip it now. She's just gonna let it touch her lip and that's it.
He is staring at you intently. Please roll me a dexterity plus subterfuge. Anyone else could also try and distract him.
Yeah, Evelyn will put her hand on his arm and say, "Thank you, Captain. Your quick thinking was very fortuitous."
Yes,
Okay,
thank you. You saved my life.
Okay, Evelyn, you're trying to distract him.
Mm-hmm.
Please roll me a charisma, manipulation, a manipulation and expression, or a charisma and subterfuge. Your call.
Okay.
Actually, manipulation and etiquette, or charisma subterfuge.
Okay.
Because you're not entirely lying about his
Etiquette.
fast thinking being fortuitous.
Hmm.
Okay. He smiles softly and looks over at you, Evelyn, and while he's not looking, you can do whatever you want with the wine.
Gonna look around, try to is there any container that I can possibly
There's the bottle that just came out of.
It's gonna be too
as
hard.
well as several of the glasses that your friends just drank out of that are no longer completely full.
She's gonna pour
Not
it
looking
into
at it.
Benedict's glass.
Well, that's going on. Christoph would point at his glass and be like, oh, alrighty, then I sure.
Okay, she's gonna pour the other half on Kristoff's glass.
Yo!
Yeah. So by the time he looks back, Kemutai, your glass is empty. He's like, if there's any sort of dietary things you need to bring up with, I'm sure the ship's chef would be more than happy to accommodate. Ma'am, you are my employer. I'd rather you not expire on my watch.
Yes, of course.
that is very kind of you. I will remember this.
Well, this has been a bit of an interesting evening. I was hoping to while away a few hours before I take my evening's rest, having a charming discussion or two, but I'll understand if you wish to depart back to your quarters. I can have the chef bring you something down a little easier to keep down. A soup, something made of bone broth, or milk.
Oh, I dare not bother you. I think I just need some more rest. I still don't fully recover from the travel from Yorkshire yet.
Yes,
Oh,
there was much business to arrange before our departure.
I must
Yes.
insist you eat something before the end of the night, ma'am. The take advantage of the good food while we have it.
Yes.
After
Why don't you
about a
send
week, we'll have
something
the
down
berry
to her?
left.
Okay.
Why don't you
is
send
it
something down to
okay-
her? I'll help her to make sure she's safely eating it.
Of course.
Yes, thank you, Kylie.
He nods. And you can exit as you will. He will continue to entertain as he calls for a cabin boy to come mop up what Kemrutai just puked out. Have it brought down.
You
to his.
get out. You get out. You retreat. Freedom.
Everyone will just tell her, I will come and see you after.
He nods.
Okay.
Cam. Okay, my bad.
To Cam, yeah.
Kim's gonna go off to converse with the ghost now.
Right. Everybody else staying with the captain?
Yep.
So, I'm going to take a step back from the scene here. You succeeded in your roles, so you managed to socialize with the captain for a little while. You get a decent feel for the man. He's an experienced seaman. He's worked his way up to this position. And there's a slight streak of melancholy about him. Generally, like, he's happy to have people to talk to, but when it's time to leave, like, even though he's going to go to sleep, he's a little imploring to have you stay behind and chat away another little bit, and you eventually have to politely make your exit. Yeah.
Is he a man of God?
The answer is yes, but to the degree, let's see. Odds or evens?
Evens.
He is a Christian. He does not specify what denomination or church he belongs to, and he doesn't seem too fussed about any sort of distinction in that regard.
Hmm. Evelyn will.
So good.
Evelyn will discuss the mission and stuff like that to pass the conversational time.
Okay. Speaking of passing some time, we've been going for about 2 hours, and like I said, we're gonna have about a break, about 2 hours into the session, and I think that now is a good time to have that. So already. We've been going for yeah, we started.
You've already puked once.
Started at 7. It's 9. Yeah, so we're gonna go on a 15-minute break as our vampires escape and go vomit somewhere inconspicuous. Our human
Vomiting in
players
peace.
are going to go take a break and probably go use the bathroom somewhere inconspicuous, or get a drink, or do something to that degree. Yeah. So we'll be back in 10-15 minutes or so. Stand up, stretch out legs, have a good time in that regard. I'm going to take us to the BRB screen, and we will be right back. Right, so about an hour and a half after our vampires make their way, started the meal, they managed to finish it, and find some convenient spots to disgorge themselves of the remnants of their ordeal, casting it off into the sea below. As they make their way back down into the decks, the ship itself now smells heavily of that very same same meal. Uh-huh. As much of the passengers have vacated the quarters and the other bunks to go eat in the ship's mess. A few people have stayed behind, electing to stay in the quarters to have their meal just separately for a bit. But for the most part, the vast bulk of the ship is currently topside. You pass your way, depending on how you find yourselves back to your private quarters, is past sailors and marines, both manning the decks and in rest and repose. Mary, if you look for her, is nowhere to be found in the common quarters.
Would I see when Mary leaves since I'm back in my room first?
No. If you went in to check on her, she'd have already been gone.
Oh, okay.
Claudio is, in fact, still in his room, and so's Kristoff, though.
Sorry, could you repeat that again?
I think you meant Francois.
Joshua?
Right, Francois.
Oh, Francois.
I have so many names in my brain.
Yeah.
There's too many man-guy names. Man-guy dudes.
Far too many generic white men, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But as the rest of our vampires had spent a fair bit of time with the captain, Kemrutai, you wished to spend a bit of time with another part of the crew. Part of the crew that is not exactly visible to
Yes.
anyone else.
Yes, I would like to check too, like, for those who are still left behind after she fulfilled the leather thing. And also try to get a ghost that can speak German.
You're still gonna see if any ghosts can speak German. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably gonna talk to them.
Okay. Cool.
I'll have to spend my willpower then. And what do I have to roll? Oh, actually, I do have the macro.
It is
I think. Is it
astral
is it this-
projecting, right?
Yes.
It's gonna be difficulty 5 here, because you're not projecting far at all. And, yeah, no, you smash it.
Yeah, she's gotta spend some time looking around then.
You, I assume, lay down in your bed, door closed behind you, and step outside of yourself. A silver cord connecting your
Yes.
corpus to your astral self. Here you move at the speed of thought. And you see, it's strange, again, you are in the ship, but there is another ship that makes up the space that you're moving through as a ghost. As this projected spirit. The actual walls of the ship don't matter. You pass through them as if they weren't there. The phantom walls of the ship's layout as it was. That you can touch, that you can feel. Move through. Well, not move through. It blocks and bars your path. There's an enormous part of it missing. The entire side of the ship here, from no doubt where the ship cracked open and ran aground. But this entire area is open. A huge, effectively warehouse, open on the sea. As you see several of the spirits that you're familiar with who pinataed the previous captain, going about their business, maintaining the vessel in spirit, and perhaps, too, in actuality.
Oh,
One
great.
of them notices you go beyond your body.
Hello?
Yes.
Um,
The one who speaks with us.
do any of you speak German?
German.
Yes.
High or low?
Hi? Oh my gosh.
I'm not sure. But Franz is a German name, and Franz has a German accent.
Where can I find Fran?
Franz was the quartermaster. He'll be in and around in the boxes, in the crates, keeping count.
Alright, thank you. Thank you
The
so
spirit
much.
points down towards steerage, where in this enormous open space of the phantom of the ship, you can see the cargo you brought yourself. It's weird. It's like looking
gonna
at two
droop
images
there.
at the same time.
You're gonna zip there.
You quickly find Franz. He's oddly bloated and gaunt in his spectral form, like all the other ghosts are. He has some sort of tally sheet and quill, counting up things over and over again as you approach. That is überdeckt, mein Liebchen. You have done me a good
Franz.
turn. I will do what I can for you.
Thank you. Can you come with me for a moment? I need help understanding a spirit who came with my friend.
I have nowhere else to be. They
To
shortchanged
the-
you by about a quarter pound of grain.
Sorry, I didn't catch the last one.
They shortchanged you by about a quarter pound of grain.
Sorry, I don't understand.
It's fine, darling. Your
Hey.
problem?
Well, yes, at the current captain's quarter, there's another spirit there who only speak German. I don't understand. I wish to understand what he trying to say. Can you please help me?
He nods. Travels there with you. You're there in a matter of seconds. And you both see Kristoff's brother, his aura intertangled with Kristoff's in a strange fashion. This is the gentleman.
Right. Yes, this is Leonard. Leonard, hello. Leonard, I brought someone who can... Oh, wait. Leonard doesn't understand me. Leonard! Deutsch! And then she points at the quartermaster.
Schatzi, this is unnecessary. I'll take it from here.
Thank you. She'll wait.
They begin speaking. They exchange a few words, and he looks over back to you, Kamutai. What is it you wish to know?
I wish to know what he tried to tell me last time we conversed. I could not remember everything. Why he was killed, like what he tried to warn me, everything.
He nods, and speaking to Kristoff's brother, Lionel. And after a few minutes, he looks at you and says, "This gentleman has quite the tale of woe."
Oh?
He says that man happily eating the beef is his brother. He loved him. They were good, bro. He was a good man for a time. A bit aimless in his youth. Unsure of what to do, as he was a second or third son. And then, out of jealousy, he murdered him, shoved a sword through his back, left him to die. Kinslaying is a terrible thing, especially amongst nobility. He had mixed feelings, hatred, revenge, concern. He does not know why, but they are bound in death. He's watched their entire family fall and crumble. And he's watched him survive beyond death. He wants recompense. He wants atonement. He wants his brother to beg forgiveness. But he has seen his brother suffering. He thinks atonement is paid, though he counts every sin he keeps making.
So atonement would help you
he's paid
move
for
on?
each one.
Each one? How many of them?
Sin.
Can you recall? So I know, because I don't know if he will remember everything. And he won't know unless you tell him.
You wish me to ask him how many sins he has committed?
Yes, please.
Are we like mortal sins, murders, adulteries, or like... There's a lot of sins, my darling.
Sin against him and his family. She waved towards the ghost.
They speak again for a bit. Of betrayal, of murder, and abandonment. Those are the three he speaks of the most. He says he will forgive the abandonment and the murder, and that he has paid for the other, but only if he apologizes and means it from the bottom of his dead, melted heart.
Oh. Do you want me to tell him that?
He discusses this with Kristoff's brother for a moment. Tell him there is someone watching him who knows his every sin and wicked deed, and will hold him accountable for each and every one. And that
I will
one
do that.
day he will get through his stupid brain that he will have to make amends, no matter how long he has to keep watching him.
I will do that. I will help you move on from this life. I will try.
Friends, the ghost smiles. You have already sent money to my family. You've already
Yes.
robbed that bastard off to hell. I have but one last wish.
What is it?
I always wanted to see the Pacific Ocean, where Alexander the Great thought the end of the world was. We're heading west. Perhaps we'll see it in the Indias.
Yes, perhaps. Like, after this trip, this ship will turn into a trading ship. So I think there's a chance that will happen. I'll see to it. I will remember this request.
Thank you, Liebchen. You, for what it is worth, are a very nice woman. If I had lips, I could kiss you.
Thank you for helping me too.
Even if everyone on this ship is as dead as we are, we'll make sure it gets where it needs to go.
Should not, thankfully, and return to a body. Zoop.
So, anyone doing anything else?
If it's after the dinner, well, Christoph would just, and if, well, Francois is still awake, he would just go back there to just catch up at this point. It's been a minute.
You find Francois in his quarters. He'd taken his meal there. He lets you in.
Francois, it's been quite hectic. How you been holding up?
It's been one of those days, hasn't it? It's one of those weeks, really.
Well, would definitely suggest you to dig in. Food's actually quite nice for a change, for what we used to have.
That's the interesting thing, isn't it? Christoph, I've seen you have dinners, lunches, snacks. You put food in your mouth, and it, I assume, comes out of your ass at some point in time, no? What's it? Are you not a vampire? Can you not? Can you just eat as much as you want? Does the food not sustain you?
Not necessarily. As you know, that is not the actual food that I gives can keep me going. Usually for us, well, in my condition, you could say, it's quite tasteless. I do happen to be lucky enough that I can still taste the food. I do, however, it doesn't come out of the usual way. I do have to throw it up, unfortunately.
Like the bachelor sinners of wrong. Interesting. Well, it's a shame. It
But
was a
hey.
very nice meal, and I was able to keep it down just fine. Also, if I get up out of this
Yep.
bed for more than a few minutes, I fear I will not be able to do so.
Well, didn't want to hold you up for that long. Just wanted to see if you had any questions at this point, because, again, quite a little hectic couple days for you. In fact, actually, I do have one of my own. How did you feel about around Claudio? It's been behaving, I guess.
I don't trust the man. He is polite, well trained servants. We had several of them in Baron's estate. He knows what he's doing, but he also knows what he's doing, if you understand my meaning. Spends a lot of time around Mary whenever Evelyn is not around. He's a cunning man, and he's very old. You're not going to turn me into the same thing he is, are you?
Well, not. But if you eventually really want to go that route, you will. That will be your own decision. That's being quite honest with you. I've extended you a courtesy that was extended to me long ago. Didn't want to see you die a pointless death back there.
Well, I suppose I'll have to find new meaning in whatever life we find in, Where are we even going?
Well, somewhere in the new world. You could say a land of opportunities.
I spoke to the, Capitan about that, he said it was a Dutch colony, Barhafwin, someplace in the New Amsterdam.
Plenty of. Well, we'll gauge the lands once we arrive, but it should not. It should not be a problem to just slip in and find our place in society. Well, I know mine. Just and Kristoff just lets her laugh. Just the smirk. Let it be known that once we're on the other side, should you decide to stick around, you can count on me for any sort of needs.
Well, I'll have to establish myself wherever we end up. Excuse me. And with that would not be out of sorts. I appreciate you not leaving me to die, but this is all. It's a lot.
That it is, my friend. That it is. But hey, just let it be known. If you ever need a drink, buddy, I can still hold my own there.
Christoph, I'm never drinking with you again because now I know you're fucking cheating.
Well, without the competition part. Although, the crew doesn't know about that part.
He looks at you. You wish to defraud these people of their money through games of gambling and chance?
Nah, just to skip spirits up. They're getting us to the new world. Can't really enter their pockets. I will never do something like that to our benefactors. Even if they don't know, they are. All bets are off once we hit land, though.
If I find out that any of them are particular assholes, I'll point them out for the, how do you say, pulling the fleece over the eyes.
Well, I'll hold you up to that offer. I will keep in mind. I will also keep an eye on Claudia. And Claudia, thanks for the heads up.
He nods.
But I'll lead you to enjoy your food then.
Thank you. I was just going to be a prayer service in about 20 minutes in the storage room downstairs. You're welcome to join.
Out of character, sorry, couldn't quite catch that.
So he says there's going to be a prayer service in one of the storage rooms in about 20 minutes, and that you're welcome to join.
Surely, I'll definitely. I'll poke my head around there. Why not?
Okay. Anybody else? Doing nothing right now.
Yep, Evelyn will go to find Mary. She did mention that she wanted to visit the horses, so if she finds she's not in her room, then she'll go check there.
You do in fact find Mary in the belly of the ship. Down in the guts of the storage, you find where pigs and horses have been set up in effectively a set of stables with no windows. There's tons of hay and padding. Not much room for the animals to get up and walk around. The pigs are effectively in this huge there's this cordoned off section of the ship near the bottom that's loosely covered with hay and a bit of dirt and a striking amount of shit as you enter down there. As Mary is just sort of... She's literally just petting one of the horses.
And the horse is not spooking?
The horse isn't freaking out, no. The horse does seem... The horses do seem a little unsettled on being on a boat, but they don't seem unsettled by Mary's presence.
Interesting. I won't get too close, I don't want to spook them.
Oh, excuse me.
Hydrate if you need to.
Yep. Yeah, no, she's just sitting there, petting the horse. Not doing anything untoward. Or apparently drinking from it.
Yeah, Evelyn will just kind of not try to hide her presence, but not approach too close because she doesn't want to spook the horse.
After about a minute, Mary will probably notice you there. Oh, shit. Ugh.
You're fond of horses?
I'm sorry, y'all. I think I might be at my limit here. I'm
Okay.
gonna go for about like,
Rest.
oh shit.
Same hectic, everybody.
Yeah, I am just getting over a flu. I have been hydrating plenty of Fexus. It's just.
Rest.